Multiplying fractions is easier than adding fractions. It's more intuitive. When we look at the two fractions, it generally suggests we multiply the numbers on the top, and that'll give us the answer on the top, and we multiply the numbers on the bottom, and that will give us the answer on the bottom. That's the intuitive thing a child will do when they first see it, and that indeed is in fact what we do. So the first one is 8 times 1 is 8, which goes on the top of the fraction, and 3 times 3 is 9, which goes on the bottom of the fraction. If that was all there was to it and we didn't have to simplify it any further, this would be the easiest topic for a child to learn. But what we want to do is make sure we get the smallest numbers possible on the top and the bottom, the smallest equivalent fraction. So when we come to the second one, we'll notice there are common factors on the numerator or top of the fraction and on the denominator or bottom of the fraction. When we look at the 8 and the 4, they both have a factor of 4, so we divide the 4 by 4, which gives us 1, we just cross the 4 off and put a 1 underneath it, and we divide the 8 by 4, which gives us 2, we cross it 8 off and we write a 2 above the 8. The same with the 5 and the 10. 5 times 5 is 5 times 1, we divide 5 by 5 and we cross it off and we get a 1 above it. We divide the 10 by 5 and we cross it out and we get a 2 below it. So the answer gives us 2 over 2. We can actually divide both of those and get 1 over 1. So the second one just gives us 1 times 1, which is 1 divided by 1, which indeed is just 1. Those two fractions are called reciprocal fractions because they multiply together to give 1. The third one the same, we can cancel out the 3's. The 3 into 3 goes 1, we cross off the 3 and write a 1 above the 3, and the 3 into 9 goes 3, we cross off the 9 and write a 3 below the 9. Again we have our two friends 4 and 8, we cross off the 4 and put a 1 beneath that, and we cross off the 8 and put a 2 above that because 8 is 4 times 2. And the fraction becomes 1 times 2, which is 2, over 1 times 3, which is 3. Notice we could have just said the answer would have been 3 times 8, which is 24, over 4 times 9, which is 36, and then simplified the fraction after multiplying, but it's far easier to simplify before multiplying. If we look at the last one, there is only one common factor, which is the 2. 2 into 2 goes once, we put a 1 above the 2, and 2 into 10 goes 5, so we put a 5 below the 10. And the fraction, when we multiply them together, we get 3 times 1, which is 3, and 5 times 5, which is 25. Multiplying fractions is very intuitive. The cool math guru in you will see this as an easy topic, but the real secret is to look for those common factors and actually divide by the common factors before you multiply. Enjoy the rest of the program.